Hey, Bruno.
Hi. There were hot pancakes on my fingers.
Sarah's been craving McDonald's breakfast for quite some time, so we decided to
Just do it.
go ahead and do it on our day that we are going all around town, both through Reno and Carson City, and we're gonna be visiting all of the memories that hold any kind of, or like all the places that hold some kind of special memory to us.
Except for where we got married.
Except, yeah, well, that's way out of the way. That's the plan for today. It is Christmas Eve also, by the way,
Merry
so
Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas Eve. We're gonna eat breakfast and get on our way.
Woo, 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 woo.
Couldn't tell you where this road will lead, if it winds or how it ends. But this is alive as we will ever be, 'cause we will never be this young again. So here's to living while we're alive. Don't slow down, don't close your eyes, just raise your glass and breathe it in, 'cause we will never be this young again.
So, Sarah, the apartment complex. Memories, oh memories. we kind of recently did a video talking about all our memories with the apartment.
Right, because we just moved out.
Yeah,
Like a
and we
few
did like
months ago.
that big video where we sat there and talked about all the different things that we remember from there and whatnot. But what is, if you could pick one, if you could pick like the most special thing about that apartment to you, what was it?
When we got Callie.
That's what I was gonna say too.
Well, it's a good memory.
And she defiled everything in that house, from the mats to the carpets to the couches, and it was
Even the walls. Because we
That's
would
true,
throw
yeah.
the ball, we'd play fetch in the house, and the ball would make the wall look so dirty.
That's true. So really, that was a very, very special time for us, was getting Tally,
And it's our first real dog.
and our first real place
Yeah.
that either of us ever had, because we were staying in your parents' place before, like their
They own
townhome that we were renting, which we'll visit at some point today.
Or we've already visited.
Or we've
What
already-
order you put the video
I
in.
don't think this is going to be in chronological order. That would be too much work. But this was kind of like our first place where we really
Yeah.
started we were becoming more and more independent.
Yup.
And yeah, and it kind of culminated in us getting the dog,
Yes.
I feel like.
Yeah, for sure.
But special place. We're not going to spend a ton of time talking about the apartment
Because we got
we
other places to be and places to see.
Yeah, and we already did that. We
Yeah,
did
we
like a
already did
30-minute video of it already. So, we are going to head to our next destination, which happens to be where Sarah got her breakthrough into property management.
I got my first full-time job there.
And it's where you were working when I met you.
Went on our second date there.
And then I spent 2 years as a general manager at Defy
at that same mall.
at the same place. So we're gonna go there and walk around a little bit and yeah, talk about some memories we have over there.
Maybe go shopping.
No, absolutely not. I have a lot of good memories of this place, Cups.
All sorts of memories.
I know, seriously.
After hours memories. During the daytime memories.
Working there. And all of that entails that. So, Sarah was working here at Legends before I was, and she knew that Defy was hiring. And she's like, you should apply. And I'm like, I'm not qualified for that. And she's like, you should just do it.
Just do it. And I was
So I
like,
did it.
You have an in. I know the owners.
But that did me absolutely
I know,
no good
he didn't even
because
read my email.
which kind of made me feel good a little bit, because when I got asked for the interviews, and they had no idea that I was related to Sarah, and the owners knew Sarah because she worked in the management office.
Yes.
So thanks to my wife's encouragement, I applied, and because of Defy, we're moving to Utah, which is, it's bizarre how it's all kind of connected together. The original GM here, who I took over for, because he was moving back to Utah, he's the one that I connected with, because we've stayed in contact. And so he's working with my main clients in Utah as their project manager. He referred me to them because they needed video work, and things just kind of snowballed. But the owner who hired me here was trying to get me to move to Layton in the first place to go work with him on a different business venture. And that's what got the gears turning, and it all kind of coalesced, and now we're moving to Layton because of my time here in Dubai.
Yep.
Yeah.
It all worked out. And we're really good friends with Brock still. So.
Yep, we're good
Andrew.
friends with Brock and Trace, and yeah, this has just been, it's been a really special job.
And
Because
it
I
allowed
still,
you to build your business.
that's right. And I was able to work through COVID, which was cool, even though we were closed. The ownership group continued to pay me and my assistant manager at the time. So we had consistent income through the coronavirus shutdown, which was a huge blessing.
And that was
huge
the same
blessing.
thing for my job too.
Yep. And so once we got it up and running again, because it was pretty cool, guys. We took this place from losing buckloads of money. I was gonna say buckets. But yeah. Anyways,
Buckloads.
it was not doing great. We took it, and we're very, I think, just blessed by a lot of good timing on things. But started to make some money, and then Corona happened, and then we closed, and then we opened up again. Took us a couple, like 5 or 6 months to kind of get rolling again, because people did not want to come to a trampoline park with viruses around. But we kept it really clean. Didn't have a single trace.
That where it like originated.
Yeah, what is that called? Like the trace? They were like doing the trace things.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I forget what it's called. I don't care. I blocked it out of my
I don't
memory.
know.
But we never had anything traced back to Defy, because
Yeah.
we kept it darn clean. But once we got it up and running again, that's when I stepped down to start Flipsider Productions. Yet I've still been serving those the director of marketing here since
So
I
last
stepped down
year.
as the GM.
How many years is that?
It's been almost 2 years.
Okay.
Yep. So anyway, lots of amazing opportunities that came through Defy. And now would you like to go talk about your workplaces here?
Sure.
Okay, let's go.
Hello.
Went the wrong way. I
was gonna
zoomed
say,
even
I was
closer.
I think you got closer to my face.
So Loft, Sarah.
So
The
long.
place you were working when I
When I
first met
Which
you.
I'd only worked there for a few weeks before I met you. So,
Oh yeah, that's true, huh?
yeah, because I started in the same month we met.
Okay.
And it was a really cool job just because I'd never really had a job. Like, I'd had, like, jobs, but
Yeah,
not
that was like your first
official
Yeah.
part-time job.
with real responsibilities.
Right, and one that I didn't get through connections to my family or anything like that. Like I
Like you
just
got it because you
applied,
applied, yeah.
and I got it.
Yeah.
And it was just really cool.
Let's sit.
Okay, Jacob's like, I can't.
My arm.
My eye.
Ooh.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, let's sit right here.
Fire.
That's what I'm
Oh,
talking
that's
about.
nice.
That is nice.
That's super nice.
Okay, so tell more about Loft.
So it's just a really cool thing because, you know, I got to learn all sorts of responsibilities that I didn't have before.
Yeah.
And I got to become a sales lead because Jacob was like, you don't get what you don't ask for. So I was like completely unqualified for that position. But my manager was like, I'll give you a shot. And through that, I was able to meet people from the mall office at the mall from like events. And I found out that they were hiring a full-time customer service rep, and they're like, hey, I know you're looking for a full-time job, like, do you want it? Do you want to interview? And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. I did it, and I got the job,
Sure did.
and I was there for almost 2 years, I think.
It was a while, yeah.
I think I was shy of my 2-year mark there.
Just barely, though. You would have
yeah.
made it if... What happened?
They eliminated my position company-wide at all like the physical properties. So that was a bummer, but we were already thinking of me leaving anyways because the growth there was really slow. And so it worked out, and I know that was God's plan in the end to have me leave. But I will say that was really hard because I remember Claire telling me that she had to let me go, and I just remember I'm like, I'm not crying because I'm mad at you or upset. It's just, it's a lot of emotions going on right now. And
but it all worked out.
Yeah.
Awesome, because then you ended at Nevdex.
well, I worked at Defy for a little
yeah,
bit.
technically she worked with me at Defy for a little bit
For a few
doing
months.
events.
Yeah, I did the event coordinating there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then
that's
I
when
got
you were doing the Discomfort Zone videos.
Yes, that's true, I was.
Yeah.
But I got so bored at home, I'm like, I have to go back to work.
Yeah.
I need to go to a physical workplace.
So the Defy gig when we were working there jointly did not last too
It
long.
was like 3 months.
Yeah, it was like, not long. But then she got her job at Nevdex, which is, again, opened so many doors for both of us,
Oh my
actually,
goodness, yeah.
in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And
And they've been so generous.
But
so
we'll talk about that. We'll go stop by there.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we'll stop by those buildings and we'll
Cool.
do a little bit more. Was there more you wanted to do here? Are you ready to...
Oh, this has just been a really cool place because Jacob and I, we've come here and we've like hung out and we've gone on so many different
Spent
dates here.
exorbitant amounts of money on
That's
Sarah's
true.
closet.
Well,
That's
you-
mostly though.
I was
Here's the
gonna say, you
no.
haven't
Hey,
even
no.
necessarily-
Mostly that was when we first got married. When we first got married, we spent so much money on clothes for Sarah
Well-
that we've not done for the last several years. Like we kind of nipped that in the bud.
Yeah, because I was still working at Loft.
And
at
you
the
came into
time.
this marriage with a shopping addiction from your mother.
I probably still have a shopping addiction. It's
But
just
you've-
curbed a lot
Yes,
more.
we have curbed that. I had a really hard time saying no also.
Yeah.
Like I liked buying you things and then we realized we have no money.
Yeah.
We have to stop doing this.
Yeah, and now we have the money, but we choose not to spend it on a lot of clothes.
Well, we bought a house instead,
Yeah.
which I think is a better choice.
yeah,
um,
we've chosen to spend it other ways.
But no, this mall is it's been good to us.
Yeah, it's always been
job
a special
opportunities
place.
and just a place for us to come and hang out. We used to walk around here and play Pokemon
Pokemon
Go
Go.
all the
That's
time because there's
true.
tons of gyms.
Yeah.
The movie theater down the way, the Galaxy, we went to so many like midnight
Yeah.
or like the early showings.
Yeah.
We saw the in-game
Yep.
and
now we
Infinity
don't
War
go to that
and like
theater
all
anymore
that
'cause
stuff.
It's grody.
Yeah, the theater kind of went downhill a little bit. Which is
Now
kind
we
of
go to a
bummer.
different one.
Well, actually, we don't go to any
We don't go to
theaters.
any movies
I think we
anymore,
went to go
actually.
see one movie this year because all movies are stupid now.
Garbage.
But
Hot garbage.
but anyway, so let's continue on our merry way.
Go.
That was stupid. So Sarah and I are now back at our first home that we ever lived in together.
Is that right?
it's very bright. So we are here at Rosalinda, which is the townhome that we rented from her folks that we talked about a little bit earlier. And it was so exciting
Yeah.
when we got married in Dayton. I had packed my car up.
Whoa.
This car, except the previous one that got destroyed at the intersection down the street. But we filled it full of just everything I owned.
I actually.
Yeah,
didn't
that's
help
right.
with any of
I
that.
filled it. The car was completely full.
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
everything I
jam-packed.
owned.
Except for
But-
the front seat. The
Yeah,
front
well,
seat was
yeah,
empty
'cause it
Jacob was
needed
gonna
you.
Take me
And so
home.
technically, after I got married, everything I owned was in the car. So we packed it up though, and we moved in here, and
We lived
it was
here
special. We got to
for the
move in
first
together,
3
and
years.
yeah, roughly
Yeah,
right
about
about
3
there.
years.
And there were many a times on this street right here that Sarah would call me backing halfway out of this driveway in tears. She's like, Jacob, I can't move because of the snow. I guess we didn't mention that because of snow, not just like randomly.
I'm just like in the middle of the street, like.
You're like, I can't do
can't
it. No, but when it was snowy, this street, the HOA did like the worst job ever of clearing the street. And so it could get a little slippery here.
And I got stuck.
Yeah,
And a car
maybe.
was coming down the hill
Many a times. And so I would have to come down here and rescue you.
and drive me to work.
But this was our first place, and it will always hold a very special place in our hearts. And now it's your brother's place.
Yeah, now my brother and his wife live here.
It's a very it's a special place.
Just going around the family.
That's right. And soon it will be their kids, and then it will be our kids, and then it'll be a cat house. I can't say cat house. What I meant was it will be a house for all of Lisa's cats.
There you go.
Maybe. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go. So I have actually never filmed here before. This is our church, Community Bible Church, which has been probably the biggest blessing that we've had in Reno. Would you say that's true? On many levels.
Yeah.
With the friends that we've made,
And just
with the teaching.
leadership here, it's been great.
It has been amazing. But on top of all of that, much more important stuff, this is also my first outside of the house office that
Quote unquote
I
office.
never use.
Yeah, quote unquote office.
So I rented a space upstairs. They had like this extra room upstairs that they weren't using. I'm like, hey, I could actually use that. And so they let me rent it from them and basically use it as a storage room. We're in it right now. I've never filmed this, so I'm glad we're coming here. But basically, this is my office, which I had many plans to use at one point or another.
It ended up just not
Yeah.
working the way that we initially
Well,
thought.
I liked working at home
Yeah.
and being with you, and then during the day, like, I don't know. It just, for whatever reason, I had a hard time actually getting, well, also, we had to get internet here and stuff.
That's true.
So it ended up working really great, and with our recording,
Yeah.
we liked having this stuff at home so that
We could
when Sarah was
record.
off work, we could record, and it's all just kind of there. We didn't have to leave the house for it. So, for one reason or another, I never really used it as like a work office, but did use it as storage, which was incredibly, incredibly helpful. Because all of this used to live in our little apartment,
That's
which
true. Like
it
in the
did not fit
closet.
great.
Yeah, in the guest room closet in the office, it was just like all jam packed
Mhm.
in there, and you
Yeah.
can use it for anything else. Too.
Right. So this is the office, though. It's this nice little room,
You've already
And-
emptied out a lot of stuff in here. It seems like.
and so hang-ups. You look really cute.
Thank you.
You slept all the way here.
I was tired.
You're always tired. But yeah, so we have to pack up all of this stuff.
There's not nearly as much
Here.
in here as I thought there was.
Yeah, I've already taken some of it, like all of the lighting equipment, everything I needed for the South Rack shoots,
I was
already taken home. So a good chunk of the big stuff is gone. It's just a lot of these little things and the shelves. The desk and the chair get to stay though because we're giving those away.
Giving them away.
But
Sayonara.
so grateful for this church just in general, for our pastors, for the friends that we've made here. This has been, as much as I'm gonna miss my family, this will be the hardest place to leave.
That was the biggest
For me.
decisioning factor for us.
Decisioning factor?
You know what I'm trying to say.
What are you saying? What are you
Like-
trying to say?
When we were deciding to move, we're like, the biggest thing that we had to take into consideration was like, are we ready to leave our church family behind?
Yeah, that was the hardest part. So, yeah, that was the only time I've cried so far about this whole thing. Like, I got emotional was last night at the Christmas Eve service. I'm sure there'll be more tears, but
I
It will be
started
very
crying last night too, actually.
you sure did.
Our pastor came up to us and was like, oh, we're going to do our goodbye on Sunday. We're going to like rip the Band-Aid off and be real quick about it. And I just started bawling my eyes
You
out.
did.
And I was
You
like,
did.
why?
but wanted to document
The office.
the office, yeah, and talk a little bit about CBC before we left. You guys, I'll probably vlog with some of my friends that I'm going to be having some meals with before next week before we leave, to introduce you guys to Ashton and Josiah and Dom and
Buddies.
my bestest buds here, and Josh, which Josh is adamant that he's gonna come see us off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so maybe he'll come say goodbye
Alright.
one more time too. But all right, we're gonna head to golf
Magic.
course.
Carpet.
Which
a
is-
golf course. You mean a mini golf course?
Yeah, that's still a golf course, regardless of size. But that is where Sarah and I first met. We will go to the parking lot in which we first laid eyes on each other.
I saw you in a rear.
No, we gotta stop. Don't tell any more of the story. All right, let's go there.
Okay.
Okay. I love you. I love you.
No.
But detour on the way to the golf course. Sarah,
We're at my work.
We
Or
are
my
at your work.
soon to be late work in a few days.
how do you feel about only having one day left?
It makes me sad.
Well, you were so good at this job too.
I liked it.
You're good at all your jobs though.
Yeah, but I love this job.
I know you did.
It's so much fun.
So this is your building.
Well,
This is one of many buildings.
Many buildings.
As if we just pan this way, there's one that
another
looks exactly like it.
And there's two more that look exactly like it.
Indeed.
But it's been a really good job. They've been very generous to Jacob and I. During COVID, they paid me the whole time, even though I'd only worked there for 2 months, and then I only came in 2 days a week
That's
during
right.
COVID. But they kept me on. They paid me my full pay, and
That was awesome.
And throughout this whole process of us moving, they, I gave them 3 or 4 months notice.
Something like that, yeah.
And they hired my replacement 2 months ago, and they've let me stay on. And honestly, they would wish that I'd be staying on a little bit longer. Robin's like, why are you leaving so soon? I need you. So they've just been very generous to us, and it's been a really good job.
And you've learned a lot.
Learned a lot.
And you've gotten to travel. Sarah traveled on her own, back and forth, to Vegas and Mesquite on a regular basis. She planned big annual meetings, and you've been awesome. You've grown a lot here.
It's been a lot of fun. They've given me a lot of opportunities to grow professionally, even personally.
Yep.
Just be gaining confidence to do stuff. So it's been really great.
And I even got to make a website for one of their...
Nonprofit organization.
That's right. So I got to go to Mesquite and shoot on the golf course, at Wolf Creek Golf Course down there. It's been cool.
Yeah.
It's been a great job. They've been good to our family. They really have been.
I mean, they've been a huge help during the job search process because Robin gave me a letter of recommendation. It's just been a really great time overall there.
What's your favorite memory here? Go.
I don't know. There's too many.
One then. They have a good memory.
I think it would be maybe when Robin took me to Vegas for the first time. That was a lot of fun.
When did you go to Vegas with Robin?
When she took me to Mesquite for the first time.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, it was my very first trip out there. I went with Robin, and she drove me around so I could become familiar with the areas. But that is where my obsession for K-pop was born.
Oh, no.
So, thank you, Robin.
All right, let's go to the golf course. Hey, Gups. You remember this place?
That's a stupid question.
Here, we can get in the car. It's kind of cold. We'll talk about this one in the car.
Well, let's just get a shot of it real quick. That is not the course that we played on.
Do you remember?
We played on the one in the back.
We did? We played on the one in the back?
Yeah, we didn't play on this one.
I don't really remember.
We played on the one with the pyramid.
Ah, that's true. I do remember this is where I parked
And I parked
for our first date. I got here before you.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Absolutely I did.
You are misremembering. I was parked there, and
That we agree on.
And I remember looking in my rear view mirror and my side mirror, and I saw you pull in. I'm like, is that him? And then I saw you get out of the car in your white shirt
Black jeans, white shirt, yeah.
White shirt. And I was like, he's too good looking. He's out of my league. There's no way. He wants to go out with me.
And I remember you getting out of the car, and you were wearing a cute little dress, and you had your boot because you had sprained your ankle, and you were so firm. You were so firm.
I was so nervous.
Let's talk more in the car though, because it's loud out here.
So loud.
So I think you may be right. You may be right that you got here first. But I remember I was so excited for our date. I was really looking forward to it. But I had an interview before.
Yeah.
So I went to my interview, and then I actually went to an Anytime Fitness, showered, and changed.
Why'd you shower?
I don't know.
If you just came from an interview, why would you shower?
Maybe I didn't shower and I just changed.
Oh,
it was
maybe.
probably that.
Okay, I was gonna say.
I think I'm misremembering again. Yeah, because I was thinking, I'm like, why would I have showered? I probably would have showered before the interview. Yeah, no. Unless I worked out and showered, but I don't think I did. I think I just went to the Anytime,
To change.
changed, then came here, and you may have already been here.
I was already here.
But,
Although, how funny would it have been if you'd showed up in your interview outfit?
I would have been like in a
I
tie.
would have
And
been like, oh, he's really dressed
he's
up.
taking this really seriously.
That probably would have put a point against you.
That would have looked good though, so it would have evened out. So we went, we played golf here, and Sarah was so derpy in her little boots, kept tripping over like every single ledge.
Well, because this mini golf course is not like a
Here's the
flat
thing.
surface. It
Here's
has
the
like
thing.
little hills.
Sarah is already uncoordinated, and then you add like a boot on there, and it was all bets are off. Really, is what it was. But it was
very hilly.
It was a lot of fun.
We didn't want the date to end.
We moved real quick. We held hands out
Did we?
of the golf
I
course.
don't remember.
I think we did.
I know we hugged.
Maybe it was that.
I don't know.
I don't know. But we went from here
To Meadowood.
to Meadowood. So we went to
got
the mall and
food.
got some food. Yeah,
then
Chinese
we-
food.
We sat outside on of his car, hugging each other,
I don't remember that.
looking for something else to do because we didn't want the date to end.
I do remember that. So we went to like a little like
Lake.
man-made like lake area over here
Yeah.
called Virginia Lake, and we hung out there.
For like hours
And
until it was dark.
yeah, I lost Sarah though on the way. We were carpooling to Virginia Lake because here's the deal.
Caravanning, not carpooling.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, because you never carpool on the first date because you want an escape route if the date goes poorly. So I never picked anyone up on a first date ever. It was always I'll meet you there. That way, if you need an out, you leave, right? So we weren't in the same car.
I was following.
So we were
behind him.
caravanning, and Monty and I used to do this thing that I still think is funny.
It's not funny.
But when we're driving with each other, like in a caravan, we will turn one direction, but we'll flip on the opposite blinker to try to confuse the person behind
worked.
us. And yeah, I totally ditched Sarah.
Well, it was funny too because I was on the phone with my mom. Like I called my mom, like, "Oh my goodness, this guy is so cute," and I was like telling her about what was going on. And as I'm on the phone with her, I'm like, "What is he doing?"
See, here's the thing that I think you can appreciate about me. There was never a doubt of who I was.
I mean, yeah, well, it's the same thing with me.
Sarah tried to pretend that she was a different person. Failed! I saw right through your nonsense. And we've been over this so many times. Do you really want to drudge
No,
it up
I
again?
don't want to. I'm sorry.
I never fibbed to you. I was straight up the whole time. But honestly, when we got to, I was really enjoying our date. When we got to Virginia Lake though, well, here's the thing. When we went to Meadowood, we had really good conversations. We just basically spilled all our dirty laundry to each other, like immediately, just to kind of be like, hey,
Get that out of
this
the
is
way.
where I'm at right now.
This is what I've had issues with.
Like, take it or leave it,
Yeah.
sister, kind of deal. And same
Mr.
other way. Mr. Sister. Two sides of the coin there. But then when we went to Virginia Lake, Sarah, she got real emotional and started crying about your grandpa.
I didn't even like fully cry. I think
You
I
were
teared up.
you definitely cried. Come on,
No.
son.
I know, I didn't
Have you
say
met you? But I loved that you were so open so quickly. Like it was so comfortable together. Like we were so comfortable together
It's so quickly
right
too.
off the bat.
And then like
was very
a
special.
few days later, Jacob asked me out on another date.
No, not a few days later.
was like-
We must have planned it like that night. There's no way we waited a couple
you
days.
did it. No, well, you waited at least till the next day. Because I remember,
that's true.
I think you either called or texted me. You're like, "You want to go on another date?"
I don't remember what we did. Was that the movies?
You don't remember? You don't remember the movie incident?
That I bought the wrong.
You bought the wrong ticket day.
I've done that twice.
He did
now.
that twice. He did that that day and then on my birthday.
The movie theater website is not user friendly.
But he bought the tickets for the wrong day. Cause like what he would do is he would go into a movie with like for the specific day.
Doesn't matter.
But
Listen,
then
it
back
doesn't,
out.
No, it just doesn't matter.
And then you
just
would
move on.
Just
move on. We don't need to go through this whole thing. But second date.
That's when we kissed. Was the second date.
First date was second kiss. Yeah.
No, second date was the first kiss.
What'd I say?
You said first date was the second kiss.
Dude, my brain, it is lucky. We are lucky that I made it this far. Because my brain is like... Exactly. You get me. See? This is why it works.
We're almost 5 years. The 30th is 5 years. That's crazy.
We're gonna go to Carson now. Go over a few more memory places, but we're both
I feel tired.
fading.
We're so drained from these last week. This last
I feel like we started off with a lot of energy, and now it's starting to.
Well, because I also think for her.
Sarah already took a
I
nap.
already took a nap. I'm gonna take another nap. We all know this.
I'm gonna be driving by myself. This is what happens when we go do stuff out and about. Sarah sleeps. I have like half the date to myself, which is not fun. It's okay though.
But
It's fine.
what I was
Because
saying.
I'd rather have a rested Sarah when she's awake than a tired Sarah, because that's the worst.
Anyways, what I was saying is I think a part of the exhaustion is knowing
getting very
what's
hot in here.
ahead, because we still have so much we have to do today. Because we're gonna be gone till like 10 o'clock at night. We're not going back to the house at all.
That's true.
So I think that's part of where my exhaustion.
Well, if we get to Carson, we can get our 2 places we're gonna go to Carson, then we can go get food.
You don't want to do that on the way to Carson?
No, I want to do that after. Make sure we get done our stuff. Then we
Okay.
can eat.
It's fine.
So we are now in Carson, and we have found ourselves at Carriage Square Park. And why is this place so special? This is where I proposed to Sarah, right? Mm-hmm. On this hill. Right there. Yeah, right in this area, right here.
On this hillside.
And we've told that story so many times, so we don't have to recount the whole story.
And yeah, I think we didn't make a video of it.
Yes.
But
No, we didn't make a video of it happening, but we made a video about it on several occasions. But this, we had come to this park before that, though, right? Just to hang out. That's why this was the spot.
Jacob's like,
She's walking away from the camera for some reason, recounting the story. She turned around and looked down and started you were like a crazy person. Just talking to yourself. Like we were doing a Bible study, and he pulled out a read. You feeling okay?
Jacob gets all the girls. That's if they want to do Bible study.
Well, no, that's not true. But I did go on many a dates at this park before you two.
I'm leaving. Goodbye.
No, but yours were my favorite. Does that win me back points at all?
No.
What are you doing?
I'm watching for goose poop.
Well, you could just stand still.
I can't.
But you're walking all over the
I
place.
can't stay still.
Why?
I just woke up from a nap.
It's true, she did just wake up. But anyways, we love this park. This has very special meaning to us because this is where we got engaged. This is where you said yes that you would marry me. Also, it's where we first said I love you.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, you remember that?
True, I do remember.
Also during a Bible study. Just kidding. I don't think that's true.
so. I think we just.
We were just hanging out. So yeah, this is where we first said I love you, and this is where we got engaged. Special place.
Special place.
Really, this is the most special place in Carson for us. We have one more stop, which is not like
It's not really like special.
like it's kind of a step down from this memory. Like I feel like we should have gone there first and then here. So we could end on this note. We're just gonna go to the Capitol now, where we used to walk around and play Pokemon Go. That's it. With Monty, we used to hang out with Monty there. And you and I did we took pictures one time. Remember did like a photo shoot for you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yes, that's why we're going there. So we're gonna go there next. And that's it. That's it. There's so many more places that we could have gone.
About that, but
we're like, we can't go to literally every place we have a memory.
Right.
So we tried to just
pare it down.
with our barely functioning brain cells, we're
was
like,
gonna
this
say.
is what we can come up with. So these are the places we shall go.
I think our mental capacity is like slowly like.
Yeah, diminishing. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. All right, let's get the drone out, get a couple shots, and then go to the Capitol.
Okay.
All right, our final trip down memory lane
It's so cold.
is not much of a.
Memory.
Well,
lane.
yeah, like I said, it was kind of a downgrade from last time because our biggest memories here were actually we already talked about this at the last location. Why are we here?
I don't know. We could
We
have just inserted the drone footage and we would have been good.
we used to walk around here with Monty a lot and play Pokemon Go, which is a good memory of ours. And we did a photo shoot for you here. I mean, we used to just walk around the
just come
Capitol
and hang
grounds
out
quite
for
frequently.
dates.
So I guess that's why we're here. I suppose that is why we have decided to come here. Unfortunately, the whole place is under construction, it would appear. And so we're not actually able to walk on the grounds again. You want to just go back to the car?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So what did you think of our little adventure today?
It was fun. Got to go to all the little places that, you know, we've got some good memories at.
Yeah.
Reminisce.
Reminisce.
Because after today, we're going to be like crazy, stupid busy again. And this is the only day we really didn't have much going on.
Yeah, all of our plans are in the evening today, so we tried to take advantage of like, hey, we've got one day,
Right.
you're off work,
Yeah.
I'm off work, like let's just go and
Do
just
something.
do something.
With the two of us.
Yeah.
So
just
my
go enjoy
parents are
some
watching
time.
Tally.
I gotta switch sides. I have to get vlogger's strength back. It's not back yet.
But we've got Christmas Eve service with Jacob's family.
Yep.
And then Jacob's dad's side of the family does a Christmas Eve party thingy, so we'll go
Yup.
to that. And
Yup.
it's cold in the shade.
And we considered this morning, we're like,
Do we even want
why
to do
don't we
this?
just lay in bed and do nothing
We're like,
all day?
"No,
That
let's-
sounds nice.
Let's be gluttons for punishment with our busy schedule.
Yes. So as tired as we are, I'm very happy we decided to do this.
Yeah, it was
And
fun. And we vlogged.
and we vlogged. We're gonna be like 4 vlogs. Bam, 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 bam. And then another
And then-
4 months will go by and we'll vlog again.
See, I'm hoping that we'll vlog more in Utah since
I think we will.
we have
I think we
nothing
will.
else to do.
I mean, we will be busy.
I mean,
But-
but it'll be different. Like, we're
It-
not gonna have after work.
We will probably vlog more, especially at the beginning, because there'll be so many people here who want to know what's going on. And this will be an easy way to communicate with all of them.
And it'll be
At the same
nice
time.
to document, you know,
Yeah, new
decorating
adventure.
our new house, moving into the new house.
I'm so excited for the new house. I'm so excited.
Well,
There is.
We're buying our
Hold
first
on,
house.
hold on. There is big storms coming in this week.
That's true. We're looking at the weather. We're like, oh crap.
We're like, wait, it's thunderstorms and snow
Snow.
blizzards on the day we're moving. We got this. It'll be
Well, we have
fine.
Plan B
And Plan C. And on
A
Tuesday,
potentially Plan D.
might have a Plan D as well. So we will make this happen one way or another. But yeah, that is going to be the end of our video for today. It was just a kind of a memory tour for us. And next video will be Christmas Day and the day after Christmas, which is when we're
Which is
celebrating
also
with my
Christmas
family.
Day.
So double Christmas days and
then moved it.
lots of goodbyes. And then after that, we will be moving. So
Utah.
to Utah. So anyway,
Utah.
that's gonna do it for today. Thank you for joining us on this little trip around town and down memory lane. Did you have a good time, Gups?
I did.
Merry Christmas to all you guys.
Merry Christmas.
And we will see all of you on the
The
flip
flip
side.
side.